Now, I asked the question about music and the Christian faith, I think primarily because of my conversation with our musical director, Craig Gower. Welcome, Craig, to the show.
Thank you.
I see you all the time, but clearly this is good to have you in conversation with me. You've been on the programme 15 years with me. It's a lot of years, isn't it? A lot of programmes.
It really is a long time. I think, you know, we were remembering like the very first program we ever did, which was way back in the Wesley Theatre, back in early 2006. Like, how amazing is that? So, and just the journey that we've been on now, where we've, like, the show has just continued on, and so many people have responded, you know, both to the message and to the music, you know, which has been so Christ-centred in their lives for the past 15 years. It's been amazing.
Thanks very much. I was about 25 at the time, you know, when that happened.
There you go.
And over the years, we've had all the songs that you've done. Have there been any standout performances for you?
Oh, there was probably... There was one where I sang this song, and there was quite early, about maybe 2 years into the actual shooting of the show, where I did an Andre Crouch song, which was called The Blood Will Never Lose Its Power. And that one for me has just, it has continued to resound in my life. And people somehow are still, they've gotten hold of it and they still love hearing it to this day. That one has been really impacting on me and continues to actually play a part in my daily walk, you know, when I hear that. And it's such a beautiful reminder that the blood will never lose its power, you know, His saving grace.
Look, I love talking to creative people of all kinds, whether it's on the sporting field or whether it's in music or writing or preaching, wherever that creativity is. I told you earlier that I trained for ministry in Bristol, where the Wesleys lived, and a friend of mine used to live in Charles Wesley's house, and the story was that he used to come after he'd been preaching on a circuit around on his horse, stop the horse outside the house and shout to his wife, and he'd get off the horse and he'd walk into the house, he'd say, a pen, a pen, a pen, because he'd been thinking about a song or a hymn as he'd been going. Do you understand that kind of...
Absolutely I do. It's like how often, you know, where it's like I might just be asleep, have a dream, or I'll be in the shower. You know, it's just, hey, we all shower. And it's just right at that moment you get the most amazing idea and going, a pen, exactly like that. But, you know, of course, it doesn't always work out that way, rushing to get a pen.
How has music changed down these years?
Ooh. It's changed a lot. I think in terms of what we bring with the sacred message of Christ, like the message itself has never changed, but we're always wanting to refine the delivery of how we bring it, because the message never changes, but the method of how we bring it has to, because of just the changing culture and, you know, the revealing cultures of the world. So because we want to align with them, not necessarily because to be in the world with them, but so that they can hear a message which, although it may have the ideas and ideals that they are currently seeing in today's music industry, that it has a message which has such a response that they can't turn away from it. And really that's the idea of why music continues to work in such a state of flux.
So that's the songs, but we've also had different artists, haven't we, that have used their creativity. We've had the well-known ones, we've had the ones that we know here, like Colin and Darlene, who've sung with us. But have there been some that stuck out in your mind?
Oh, I would probably have to say, when we had Dami M on the show, like when she came on, she did some Christmas songs with us. That I think was beautiful, and it was more the fact that this was an artist who was very much in the industry's eye. Like she had just won X Factor, and she released an album. But also you could see how grounded she was in Christ. And actually I think the big thing for me was meeting her husband Noah, you know, who's such a very quietly spoken man and everything, but just supports her wholeheartedly without a spoken word, and just is incredible. And you see that kind of testimony threaded into it. She goes, I am an artist who happens to be a Christian. Rather than that whole labelling of being a Christian artist, or because we can box people so easily.
And if you remember, she talked to me about how she celebrated Christmas in the family and
That's
how
right.
important that was. How important is it to give young people a chance in this area of music?
It's vital, because they're the voice of our next generation. You know, they are listening to the heartbeat of the hurt of the world. And like everyone else in Christ, like our life responses are out of our life experiences. So when you see a young writer responding to a life circumstance they've seen. You know, they're putting their unique perspective, as we all have unique perspectives, but one that works to the generation of today.
Craig, I wanted to say thank you for working with me during this time and for bringing your professionalism and your sense of Christian discipleship together in something that's very important. So thank you.
It's been an honour. Thank you.